Okay, so to begin with, you will visit aScTimetables.com. So this is the website. So after visiting this website, click on download. So you can see info, features, download. So click on download. So here there is an option called download now. So hit this button and then the timetable application will be downloading. After download, you will have to install it in your desktop. So after installation, you will find two icons, aScTimetables and aScSubstitution. So this is the first step you should do. So once this is installed, double click on aScTimetables. So this is the wizard or the main screen of aScTimetables. So here you should keep in mind of two things. First thing is you should use the latest version of the software. So you should check for new version on the internet. For example, if two teachers are working, one teacher is working in 2022 edition, another teacher is working in 2023 edition. So the older edition will work in the newer edition application. Whereas if you have worked on the 2023 edition, that will not work in the older edition. So you should always use the latest editions. All right. So as of now, I'm using the latest edition. I hope so. Okay. Second thing is keying in your license code. So your license is still in a process. So we'll be delivering it shortly. And once you receive the license, you have to key in here, input registration code. So it's just a copy paste, scenario. So once that is done, under help info, you can find your school name registered. So now we are registered under company. So once this is done, you are good to go. So to begin with the software, you should click on create new. So the basic details of the school, such as name of the school, the total periods you're going to work for the entire day. So if you're working for 9 periods, you can make it as 9. And the number of days you're going to work for the entire week. If you're working on a Saturday, so you can make the changes 6.
Naresh, sorry to interrupt. I have a question at this point of time. For lower grades, when we are making this timetable, we will have for lower grades 7 periods or 8 periods, and it is 5 day a week. So in that case, how do we do? For grade 9 and 10, we will have an additional period also, and we work on Saturdays. How do we manage that?
Okay, so as of now, which is the maximum number that we should consider? So maximum is, say, total periods is we will consider it as 9. Okay. So as in the case of lower classes, we'll stick to 7. And for also considering days, for lower class it is 5, and higher classes, that is the maximum days you're working is 6. Okay, that maximum we have to set it in the initial stage. All right. Okay. So I'll come to you on this in a short while for explaining about that when we are moving to the next screen. So here we also have an option for multi-term and multi-week timetable. So generally schools follow a single timetable for the entire term or entire year. It depends on schools to schools. So if you want to create multi-week timetable, like for 4 weeks you are having in a month, you want different timetables, you can do that. Or you want 3 set of timetables for terms, quarterly, half yearly, and annually, you can go so. I just enable, so if it is weeks, I define weeks and make it as 4 or 5, however you want. So there are some options for that. So as of now, I'm not using it. So then I click on next. So in this page, it is completely related to student-based generation. So most residential schools or schools which follow IB curriculum, they have an option for student-based generation, unlike class-wise generation. So now we can skip this particular step. Click on next. So here is where we are going to manually key in the data of classes subjects, teachers, and classrooms if required. So what I'm doing right now is manual allocation. Okay. So to enter that, there's an option called new. Very, very basic, simple step. Click on new. So subject name, say Max. Click OK. So subject will be added. Similarly, if you're clicking say science, in a similar manner, likewise, you'll do it for classes also. Then we have teachers. So you just enter the teacher's name. So you can see we have entered the subject name, classes, and teachers. So now we are going to link each of them. So how we link is, you can link either ways, either teacher wise or class wise or subject wise. So as of now, we are sticking to teacher. I double click on the teacher. So here we have something called new lesson. So I just click on new lesson. So here is the linking process. So whatever subjects are available, whatever teacher data are available in class data, those things we are going to, link. So say this teacher Godwin handles mathematics. So for which class? Say 6A. And lessons per week. For the entire week, how many periods this teacher is going to handle?
Naresh, I have one question here. The other day you had shared the...
Fine.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
The other day you have
I can
shared
hear you.
an Excel with ma'am. You remember we had this session about the Excel of where you put in the details of teacher or else the class schedule.
Okay.
So how is that data used here? Because all that is kept ready.
Yes. So that is what in the initial state I told. This is manual allocation.
Okay.
Okay. This is required when, so initially AAC has come up with in initial stages with manual allocation only.
Okay.
So after a lot of inputs from other schools and for time consumption using manually for keying in 100 teachers and say 400 lessons or 500 lessons, it was difficult. So that's how they introduced the Excel import. So now once we import the lessons, then if you want to do a manual editing, then we'll require this part, right? So you have keyed in say 70 teachers data, and suddenly a teacher joins or the teacher leaves the school. So in that case, you will require this manual editing. So that is why I'm going ahead with this manual allocation initially.
So, Mr. Naresh, you mean to say that if suppose we want to tweak the timetable in between, we need to do this manual entry.
Correct. So again, you need not create a fresh data and import it, make your constraints. So already you have prepared your timetable. So it's just that for one teacher or for one lesson, you're going to do a small change, right?
The data is already there.
You're getting?
Yeah, I got it. The data is already been imported. So can we not use the same data? We are going to use the same data. So why there is a manual entry required?
No, manual. That is what I'm telling, madam. You have imported all the data, but then after importing, you have to do small changes. Then you should know, right, how to use the manual entry.
Okay, correct.
That's what. So even in the middle of the year, you want to make a change. A teacher leaves the school, or you want to add a teacher who was recently joined. So again, you need not afresh import the data, generate your timetable. So again, the entire timetable will change. Whereas in this case, you just want to change one particular data. So for that, you need manual allocation. All right. You're getting?
Yeah, got it.
Okay. So as I told you, this row consisting of subject, teacher, class, count, and length. This is defined as a lesson. Okay. Okay. So similarly, you can. So if I want to remove this teacher, I just click on remove and remove the teacher. Or if I want to rename this teacher, I just click on this teacher, click on edit, and rename it. You're getting? Okay. So I think you're very fast in moving to the Excel. I'll move to the Excel part.
Because we have done this data, we have actually done a kind of practice on this. So manual entries we are aware.
Okay. So actually, I saw your data. For class wise, you have distributed separately. We need to key in the entire data in one single page.
Right. He has done it in different sheets. That's
Correct.
what I told that boy. He said, ma'am, it will be neat, but we can just do a copy paste of that data also here into the same sheet. Yeah.
So now, we'll take a test. Oh, yeah. So can we take class 10th?
Yes, yes.
Okay.
Please.
So 10th, is there any classes combined, madam?
Yes, language, work education, we will have those combined.
Combined, okay. All right. So, the data should be something like this. You're getting 10A in the sense the entire row should consist of all the fields, data.
Yes, yes.
You're getting, because you see only 10A, 10B was there.
Yeah, maybe that. Sai, you didn't fill that completely.
That's fine, but we can do it.
Yeah.
Okay, just help me out with 10A artificial intelligence is okay, biology okay. So where we need to do the joint class, please? Telugu.
Joint class
Hindi?
needs to be with Telugu and Hindi. Yeah.
No, madam. Joint class in the sense 10A, 10B, 10C, all are joined, is it?
Yes, yes.
For Hindi separately and Telugu separately.
Hindi, Telugu together in the same period we will have.
So what you do is, as I told you in the Excel, Hindi /
Telugu.
Yes. So and the teacher who is handling Telugu.
Okay, /
That will be with a comma.
Okay. Okay, subject is with / and name is with comma.
Correct. And how about the sections will be 10A, 10B, 10C, right?
Correct.
Yes, okay. So which means that 3 classes are joined and with 2 teachers for Hindi and Telugu.
We should have another teacher. Can you please add the name there, please?
Which
Nidhi,
one?
Nidhi, comma Nidhi.
Just a moment. But
I don't think he has given that name. Okay, fine. Then you can.
Oh, but we can enter, not a problem.
We can enter, right?
Nidhi, is it?
Yeah, NIDHI.
Okay. And then we will remove this
individual entries.
Yes, correct. I'll just make a.
Okay. Even the same thing should be reflecting in 10B also, isn't it? As you have mentioned here.
Yes. 10B we will remove the data. And you told about work education.
Correct.
What was that, madam? Can you just
work education? Sonal Goswami, comma Madhavi Kanchi, the one who was at the bottom. Comma, you should also add Anand there, Anand Guntur. The first one, artificial intelligence.
Okay.
But
I think
artificial
Anand
intelligence,
has,
no, Anand will be there because that's a different subject, but he's also a part of work education. Yeah, work education, 2 classes, 10 ABC is where you need to add the class as you have done for language.
no, for, okay. So another work education also is existing.
That needs to be removed.
That is Madhavi Kanchi. Okay.
Sorry to interrupt. Total periods per week work education is written 2. I think it is.
So total 49. Yes. Yeah. How many periods you're following for the entire week?
1, it should be 50 periods.
Yeah.
45.
Shortage of.
Just Sai, do you have the bifurcation on your laptop? Quickly, can you remove that? Can you open that?
This is physics, is it? What's this, madam? This teacher Nafi's teaching. There are 2.
Physics. 1 minute.
Okay.
I'm actually trying to open the bifurcation to tell you the number of periods. Sai, bifurcation ఉందా నీ దగ్గర? Open చేయి, grade 10 అని ఉన్నాయమ్మా. Total number of periods చెప్పు. 45. అయితే నువ్వు ఎక్కువ వేసావు. Mr. Naresh, it is 45, not 49. So he has keyed in extra.
That's okay. We can, reduce your input. So you can tell me which are all subjects, we need to delete.
Right. Just a minute. So for grade 10, if I have to subject wise, English is 6 periods.
Okay.
Math is 7.
Oh, max is 7. Okay.
Social is 8.
Social, okay.
And science actually is divided into physics, chemistry, and bio.
Oh.
Right, 2 each and 2 for practicals.
Okay, we have biology 3.
Okay, it is actually 8 periods for science also, but that 8 periods again need to be bifurcated, 2 classes for practicals, which will be a combined for physics, chemistry, and bio.
So subject, we need to combine is what you're saying?
Yes, yes.
No. It's not subject combining. Sorry to intervene. When it comes to science, the number of periods, please do allot, because for a class timetable, we need to get that many periods of science. But when it comes to teacher.
That's what you help me out with. How many biology you want, how many?
Biology 2, physics 2, chemistry 2.
Okay.
And practicals will be 2, where I was asking about combining.
And physics, just a moment. Physics, I have 2 teachers. So how do I key in the total
you need
periods?
to remove. It is Divakar needs to be removed.
Okay. So now I just need to add the practical.
Yeah.
Okay. So who's handling the practicals? Science practical. Can I name something like that?
Yes.
Okay. So that will happen as a double period, right? Consecutive period block.
Yes.
Okay. So then you should see as 2.
Practicals. Any periods in the teacher or 9 periods, 3 for 3 for 3.
1 minute, Mr.
Okay.
మ్యామ్ ప్రాక్టికల్స్ కి కూడా పెట్టుకోండి, అందులోనే ఒకటి ఇది కూడా తీసుకుంటారు కదా.
ఏంటి మీకు టీచర్ అలాట్మెంట్ లో సైన్స్ ఎన్ని పీరియడ్స్ 10th క్లాస్ కి?
3 periods, 9 periods వస్తుంది.
Correct. కానీ 9 periods, each teacher is given 3 periods, correct?
Correct.
Yeah. So when you're doing it, you can give
Yeah, there are 46, madam, now. And teacher for practicals.
So Naresh, what we will do is, instead of giving it to practicals as 1, we will allot 3 periods. So let's make science as 9 periods.
That's
Physics.
okay, madam. You just help me out with the number.
Correct. Yeah, that is what I'm doing. Nafis, physics, make it 3 periods per week.
Okay.
Biology also 3 periods per week.
Okay.
Chemistry also 3 periods per week.
Okay, so we'll end up with nine periods.
Yeah, and you can remove practicals for them.
Okay.
So that will be inclusive of that.
So 48.
48. Okay, just give me a minute. I will open the bifurcation. Oh, science is done. Language is 6 periods, second language.
Okay.
Then vocational subject here
Cookery.
will be the AI.
Okay.
AI is 3 periods.
Okay.
Then we have co-curricular activities, basically, which is 5 periods, which needs to be bifurcated. 1 mass PT.
Okay.
1 martial art.
Martial art.
That is Taekwondo. Is it mentioned there?
No.
Ma'am, one work education class is repeated. See, ma'am, last one.
Okay, we didn't come to work education Anand yet. I'm going at.
So now we need to add the taekwondos, those classes. So maybe for time being, you can tell me, madam, because I'm just giving you any of you have to modify your data.
Yes, a little, I think.
For at least for 45 periods you can, because already it is 48. You should remove.
We have to reduce that.
Correct. So we are just increasing your period.
So work education is 1 period. If we can make work education 1 period.
For the joint class?
Yes.
Okay, how about this one? Work education with Madhavi Kanchi.
Yeah, that can be removed because Madhavi Kanchi is already there in the earlier.
Yeah. Okay, so now we just need to reduce
1 more period.
1 period. 46 now the total is.
So you can make 7 to social. So that science 9 will be, make 7 for social. Yeah,
Right,
so it will be 45.
Okay. So for class 10-8 is done.
Yes.
So considering class 10B.
Will be similar. So can't we copy paste the subjects, teachers change?
Oh, no, actually for joint class, we can, skip. Joint class, we can remove the Hindi and work education for these because
sections.
Because they're already included. I just remove this.
Also
Hindi and Telugu. So I just, make it as 3, 3, 3. Social as 7. Physics.
Physics
Okay.
should be 3. Physics is 3. Bio is 3. Chem is 3. So
So
bio
here,
and chem is, you have to make physics 3. You can remove Nafis actually.
no.
Make 1 physics. There are 2 physics. One is Santosh and Nafis. Remove Nafis. Yeah. Yeah. And now it is physics 3 periods. Correct.
So total will be work education is 1 and
language classes 6.
So 7. So 7 the sense
36 plus 7.
43. So 2 periods will be including. What's that? Max, PT, library. We have to add 2 periods, man.
Yeah, one is PT and library, I think, which are missing here. Library is here.
Library, mass, PT, yes. There. PT
mass PT is there.
No, just some. Yes, it is there. So we just have to make it 2. I mean, add 2 periods. Cookery and there are 2 cookeries here, Shumita and Rupa.
Oh.
Yeah, cookery is not added for.
Can you please remove that from A section also? There is no cookery actually for them. So.
Cookery is not included, is it, for 10A?
No.
Okay.
So in that case, 3 numbers will reduce from 10A also. So
Correct.
social can go up to 8.
Okay.
Which we have reduced. And one more. We have 1 library, 1 mass PT, 1 PT. We should have a taekwondo, martial art actually. So that can be included and will be sorted. 10E, martial art. And 1 period.
And teacher?
Teacher will be Sanjoy, SANJOY.
Okay, so 45 this is done.
Yes. So martial art has to come and social need to be increased.
Martial art is the same teacher.
Yes, same teacher. And mass PT also should be combined for all the 3 sections. Martial art also should be a combined for all 3 sections.
Okay.
Games also should be a combined class for all the 3 sections.
You
so
mean
Madhu
PT?
PET, yes. Correct.
So we should remove these things here. So you're getting, madam, this way only you should prepare your Rex.
Correct. Yeah, understood.
Yes.
Sai, you need to mute yourself, Sai.
Social, biology, chemistry, physics 3.
It should be 35 even in this.
Okay, we'll just try and see. So once your data is ready, you just copy paste the data. Okay. So I just use Control C. So now I go to the software, and as I told you before, when you're importing data, your date the data inside should be fresh. So there should be no data. So no subject, no classes or no teachers. No data is available. All right.
Okay.
Okay. So first I'll set the number of days and periods. So you are following 9 or 8, madam. 5 9s are 45.
9 periods.
For 10.
And it is
So
6-day
and
week.
you are telling about 6.
6-day week.
Okay. So then it's 54 total periods.
The 8 periods, then it is 8 5s, 8 6.
6 of 48. Periods actually.
8 periods. per
So
week.
Saturday you'll wind up after half day, is it?
Right.
48. Okay. So now there is a direct option called import. Can you see this import here?
Yes.
So click on import. So please choose what do you want to import. Before that, I think I have seen this physics because you see a spelling mistake also will change the entire data allocation. So here it is you're seeing
Yeah.
spelling. I just saw it. I corrected it in the first. Okay. So now you copy this data. Even the teacher's name, whatever is the name, it should be exactly replicating in other class data also. Because if say for example Anand Guntu and the next
Is only Anand. It
yes,
will not
so
accept.
it will accept, madam, but it will be 2 teachers. So
Okay.
Anand is 1 teacher. It will consider as 2 teachers.
Okay.
So now I click on import. I just refresh the clipboard. Okay. So please choose what you want to import. So I want to import lessons. As I told you, this row is consisting of teachers, class, subject, length, and total periods per week. So this is termed as lessons. Okay. So in the lesson, you need to define what these are. So Anand, Guntu, Jyoti, these are
Teachers.
names of the teachers. So in the blank space, the free rectangular space, just when you click a drop down will occur. So just click on teachers. Similarly, this is class. These are subjects. These are length and total periods per week. So once you have done with this, click on import, and twice you need to click on OK. Okay. Okay. So once the data is loaded here itself, you can see how many periods you have. The count, you're finding the count, right?
There is a difference. Yeah.
So you can, check where you want to reduce one period. So can you just help me out? Max,
I think martial art, it is length is 2 here. Count is 2 for martial art. It should be 1.
Okay.
So if you have to
1 per
edit,
week.
yeah.
So you just double click it and make it 1.
Or else we can use the edit option, right, sir?
Edit option will edit the class details, not the lesson details. So if I click on a class and edit, it will go to the class name. So you should go inside the double click the lesson. So here also, you need to make the martial art. Martial art is 1. Okay. Artificial intelligence is 3.
Yes.
So which one? Which one I'm asking? Can you help me out?
I'm just checking. This is 45 only. What we are looking at.
No.
No, just close this because.
Oh, I 10A has become 44.
In the
10A we have to
increase 1.
what happened is martial art is a common subject, so it was 2 period, and one we reduced it, 10A has become 44
Okay.
from 40. Yeah. So that's what.
So now
Chemistry 3.
chemistry 3,
We
bio
just
3,
need to add. Yeah.
artificial intelligence 3, 6, 6. I think this is all fine. There's no extra. I mean, nothing is less.
No, we need to add one.
Add
Add
one where that will increase the number.
For this class alone. PT. I'll just go to the Excel. Artificial biology, chemistry, English 6. Okay.
I think library is missing there and that. It is there, but in 10A we have.
10A it is there. Then 10B also we are having library. Then followed by mathematics 7. Okay. Then physics is 3. Martial art, work education. That is also same thing. Social 1.8. What's missing then? Artificial intelligence, biology, chemistry, English. Mass PT, Max, Physics 3, Social 8.
I think
Art and craft.
art and craft. Yeah, there's a art and craft, but art and craft is there even for them also.
Here it is not there, missing.
Yeah, art and craft is missing. Subject itself is missing completely.
So it's the same teacher. Is it the same teacher?
Yeah.
For arts and craft. I mean, the same teacher is handling for 10A.
Yes, yes.
Or a different teacher.
No, same teacher.
Right. So once you imported the data, and you have to correct this first. So if you have keyed in the entire Excel properly, so we'll definitely get a correct count, madam. Okay.
Yeah.
Keyed in, 6 9s of 6 8s of 48 periods. You see this? 6 days by 8. So technically you should have only 45. So in the class wise, you go time off. So you are timing of the last 3 periods.
Yes.
Right? So that you will get 45. Am I right?
Yes, yes.
Okay. So this setting, it is same for class 10A and 10B also. So I just set for more. I click OK. So now what I'll do is I'll go for generate new. Start timetable generation. Timetable generated. Okay. Yes, madam.
And if you have to change anything manually, can we do those changes?
Yes, that is why I told you about manual editing. So for example, if you want to change any teacher's name or you want to add a teacher.
No, not changing the teacher or adding the teacher.
Okay.
Now the schedule is all made, but I want to move one teacher to a different place and bring a different teacher here. Can I do those changes?
Okay, I'll explain you. So first thing is Excel import is just you are importing the data alone. Okay. So once it is done, it has no role to play after importing. So if you want to manually change, so for example, you know, first period is library on Tuesday for 10 a.m.
Right.
So I don't want this library. By default, I'll just finish my part of training. Then I'll answer to separately to your queries. Okay.
Okay.
I'll tell you some concepts, madam.
Okay.
So AAC, you know, yes, okay. Thank you. So first thing is time off. Using time off for classes, teachers, and subjects. So time off is something like we are telling the software that, for example, subjects. So you consider a subject. So how we'll use time off? Say we have mass PT. So this should happen only say after fourth period, because you want to give you know, allocations in the first period, first 4 periods to basic subjects such as math, science, and social, right?
Yes.
Biology. So you know, you can use this time off and make this, when you click on one, it will become X. So I can tell the software that this period can happen after fifth period. So technically you can have on the 6, 7, and 8. So after you have done this, you know, the green will turn into red. Time off means this subject is will not be available for these periods. So when I generate now, so in the print preview you can find PT will be, you see, for 10A it is 6th period on Tuesday. For 10B it is 6th period on
Because
Tuesday.
it's a combined class for all the three of them.
Correct, correct, correct.
Right.
So
If I'm
this way
not
you can-
disturbing, you said time off where we can actually block. If I wanted to have that in that particular period only, for example, I want it on Friday, first hour only mass PT. I don't
Okay.
want anywhere else.
Okay, so that you can use either time off, or you can use something called locking system. Okay, so Friday you want on the first period, is it? Hello,
Yes,
can you hear me?
yes, I can
Okay.
hear.
So you know, we have already used time off, so you should first, because first period you have blocked it, right? So I'll just enable it. So here in the time off you should enable, because only when it is enabled you can manually, you know, lock the card. So I just Friday, okay, Friday is here. I'll remove, I can manually remove all the first period initially. I click on the biology, come down and, you know, single click again, it will go to the control panel. So now what I do is I remove this where it is 6th period. Mass PT or library, madam, what you're telling? Madam, can you hear me?
Sorry, it is mass PT.
Okay, so I just, you know, place this on Friday first period. I right click and there's something called lock. I lock it. So now I'll generate it. So, you know, once we have locked it, the unlock cards. So you see this biology, English, these are unlock cards. So we have locked only mass PT. So the entire timetable will change, but that PT will remain on the same period. You see it?
Got it.
And after locking, there will be a small line in the corner, something like a triangle. So that you'll see in this, say I'm marking in artificial, which is marked in red. When I lock it, in the right side bottom corner, you see a small line here. Yes.
Yes.
So that tells you that the card is locked.
Yeah.
Similarly, you can find it for mass PT, because mass PT it has a you know, a normal blue blank color, bright color in fact. So that is why, you know, there's a cannot see it properly. So that is the way in which you can use the locking system instead of going for a time off.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes. So next is using time off for classes. So classes wherein, madam, I think Sirisha madam had asked. So you're asking about class 5th standard and below, right? they're having classes only
on
say 7 periods.
yeah, Saturday there is no
Correct.
class.
So correct. So
have
I
a
just
time off there Saturday.
so technically they'll have 7 periods by 5 days, 35, right?
Got it.
So once we do this, immediately, in the preview, you can find there is something called the XX on the last period. Similarly, on Saturday. So it is blocked.
Yes.
You're understanding this?
Yes, yes.
Okay. So likewise for teachers. For teachers, if say a teacher comes on certain days of the week, say Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, or one half of the day or second half of the day, so you can use timer for that also.
Okay.
Okay. Are there some teachers in this category?
As of now, no. But
Okay.
again, I understood. We have to click on the teacher, click on time off, and actually block those periods so that
Correct.
she will get the classes. Okay, that I understood.
Yes. So using this, I think with this data you can generate your timetable completely. Okay. So now you can ask me queries regarding your timetable.
Now, if I mean, I work on this timetable. Parallelly, there is another teacher who is also working on the timetable. How do we match our data, or how do we work together?
So you mean to say that you're working on the software?
Yes.
So if you're working on the software simultaneously, you'll not able to work, but you can first create a file, share it with the teacher over email or pen drive, and that teacher can do a modification, and then they can share the file to you back. So that's how you can use, madam.
Share it like a file in the sense the Excel that we have just worked.
Not Excel. Excel is, please forget Excel. That is only for keying in your data. So once the data is imported, the Excel part ends there. Okay. So your focus is only on the software. So I save this file. Okay. I save as. I give a name. So I give a name as Vista 2022. So I save it in the desktop. It will be saved as a file. You see this file here, Vista. It is something like an Excel file or Word file. So, but it is saved in .roz extension. So you just attach this in WhatsApp, or you can attach this in your email and send as an attachment.
Okay. If you open, can you show that file open? How does that look like?
No, it's the same file. It's just you have to install the application, then only it will work. So I'm just opening the file. Whatever data we have created now, that will be available.
So again, when she works on it and she saves, and she'll have to mail it back to me.
Correct.
So the software keeps updating as and when someone works on it. You mean to say?
Software, as I told you, so now you are working on the older file, say 2022 edition, and your colleague, works on the 2023 edition. So they will, the file will work on their computer, and once they make a change and send you back, what happens is it will not work here. So this teacher has to upgrade to the latest edition, then it will work.
How do we do that updation of the latest
updation? As I told you, under help, there's an option called check for new version on the internet. Once in every 6 months or once in every 10 months, ASC releases a small update.
Okay.
So then you can, upgrade it. All right, madam.
Yeah.
Ma'am, sorry to interrupt you.
Yes.
Sir, you're talking about that is software update. Ma'am is asking an option
the
like
data
cloud.
updation. Yeah, like
data
cloud.
update, cloud option, like you have a cloud option, right?
Cloud code, correct.
So simultaneously, we all together we can change our things.
View the data that is changed or updated.
Okay.
We can work together.
So as far as cloud is concerned, just a moment. So cloud will create and will update you. So what happens in cloud, I'll tell you technically. Okay. So there will be only one administrator username and password. So if it is your web page will be something like vista.edupage.org. Okay. Can you hear me?
Okay.
Yes, yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Sir.
So instead of this is a yes. So it will be something like vista.edupage.org. So what I'm doing is I'll show you, madam. So there's something called timetables online, right?
Yeah.
So what we are seeing now is the desktop edition. So I'm going to upload this online. Oh, I forgot the password. I'm sorry about it. Okay, no problem. Okay, I'll show you a test file, madam. Because I have forgotten the password. It was not used for a long time.
So it will work
So
like a
once
desktop
you
version.
can correct desktop, yes. So only thing is that you cannot do an import here. So in
Yes.
import can be done in desktop. So once it is done, you can upload this file in a single click to online edition. Okay.
And then we can work
I'll
together.
show you. Just a moment. Allow me a moment. So once it is saved, I'll show you. I'm just so consider that I have a subject, say Max. Then class, say 6A. Teacher ready. So now I have had a teacher with the data and I generate the timetable. So working and all is the same thing. Okay. In online is something like the offline module. So I want to print the full name of the teacher. So you can see, I'm going to save this file. So this file I'm giving a name as Vista 22. So this is how it will look once you are uploading your timetable file from offline to online. So it will be saved as Vista 2022. Okay. So now what happens is, say teacher one has saved this as Vista 22. And now with the same username and password, the second teacher uses the online edition. Okay. Are you hearing, sir?
So that
Okay.
we get only one user ID and password for this role.
Correct. One administrator.
Okay.
I'll
Only
tell
one
you, sir.
administrator.
Just I'll complete it. So now I'm making you clear that the first teacher has created this Vista 22, and now the second teacher opens it from another computer. Okay. So that will be using as a connect administrator. Now the second teacher is doing a modification. So what modification is? Say the teacher is adding a subject. Say teacher 2 is adding a subject name PT. And teacher name, say Dhoni. And we'll add one lesson to it. Okay. So I've added a lesson and I'm generating it. Or if I'm not generating also, the data will be available. So now there is an option for saving. So the application will throw, you see, save under a new name or save as a new version. So I am saving it as a new version. If saving as a new name means instead of Vista 22, it will be Vista 25, something like that. But if you are saving it as a new version, it is an, I'll just save it first, then you'll understand better. So what I am doing is, it's the same file Vista 22, but it is second version of the first file. So first file is a permanent file, and we are making, the second teacher is making a modification in the first file, and that is the version 2. And notice PT teacher added. So from the first file, what data is added is PT teacher added. We have put a note, and I have saved it. So now I close this, and I will come to the main screen. Okay. So when I come to the main screen, can you see this Vista 2022 versions? When I'm clicking the 2 version, so now the first teacher opens and sees that 3 minutes before she has worked, and then the file is saved as the first version, and then another teacher has modified it with note saying PT teachers added. So now the first teacher can either work from the first file or modify the second file. You getting it? So both the files will be available. Yes.
Sir, sorry. Am I audible, sir?
Yeah.
Sir,
Yes,
if I
yes,
don't
please tell
want
me,
to
sir. I
create
can
any
hear you.
versions, if I don't want to create any versions, simply if I click on save, the changes will be saved in the same file, right?
No, you should save as a new version.
In case if I don't want to,
Then it will save as a new file. In addition to this, you will see in the bottom something like TSRS, Sriram not son, something like that. You will see.
I can click on simply save, right? Not a save as.
Correct.
So that the changes will be applied to only that file itself.
Correct. So in this way, you can use this. I will give you once the license is ready, okay, then I'll help you out with the online creation of your web page. Okay. So any queries related to timetable part, please. Because with the available data and this is the best practice to create your timetable. What we have gone so far, with which you can create your timetables in perfect way without any issues. Okay.
Yeah, okay, sir.
Yes. So before going to the substitution, if you have any queries, you can ask me. I can help you out, sir.
Okay, sir.
Okay.
You may proceed, sir.
Okay. Thank you. So as far as substitution is concerned, it's entirely a different module. So substitution is used where if a teacher is absent on any working day, so the teacher can be replaced by other available teachers on that particular day. Okay. For an absent teacher. So as I told you, this can be used only once you complete your timetable file. So that file has to be uploaded here first. So this is, as I told you, entirely different module.
Naresh, I have one question here.
Yes.
As we have uploaded only for grade 10 now, can we do the uploading or importing the data grade wise like that, in parts, or the complete data need to be uploaded in one stretch?
Actually, madam, if you want to create a timetable for the entire school, wherein if you have a set of teachers, say for 10th standard, if you're having only one set of teachers, then you can just create separate timetables for each class also. But if teachers are moving around, 10th teacher or the teacher who's handling 10th standard also teaching in 6th standard, then you should use a separate single file only.
Single file only.
But how about in your case?
Yeah, they take multiple grades.
But certain schools have set of primary teachers, set of secondary teachers. So in that case, you can create two different timetable files.
So for example, we have a set of teachers for secondary dealing 6 to 10. So we can have a separate set for that.
Exactly.
And the teachers dealing 1 to 5 as a separate set, correct?
Absolutely, madam. Yes.
Okay. So in the same thing, we can have two documents up. I mean, two files imported, right? One for
correct. Yeah, no, it's something like I just create this is okay. This is one set of timetable for 10th standard. If you want to create a new file, just click on new. So you'll have another set of data you can create here for 1 to 5. Okay, see, you can use two files at the same time.
Right. The desktop version, what you have explained, yes, whatever once we are done, it will remain as a file there, right?
Correct. Yes. So you can create multiple files.
Right.
You can create 10. If you want to create 10 different files, also it's possible.
Right. Got it.
So, but then, if you're having primary set of teachers, substitution, if you're following two timetables, so like primary is one timetable, secondary is one timetable. So you are having two timetables files. So you'll have to
substitution also will go accordingly. We cannot use them here and we cannot use the higher. Yeah, that
so I suggest you to use it on two computers. So install on two computers, because once you upload one particular file in Substitution, so that will be available. So if you now we are uploading 10th standard. So once you upload the 1 to 5th that standard timetable, the 10th standard timetable will vanish.
Oh.
So always use separate computers in this case, because you're not following an entire timetable data. You're following a set class in secondary
part of it.
Correct.
And ma'am, I guess we can't use two timetables separately, right? Because for activity teachers, where same teachers are dealing for us now.
I'll tell you, sir. I'll tell you. You can use it, sir. How you can do it is, for 10th standard, say there is activity, right? So one time set of timetable is generated now.
We can block it actually. Log those classes.
Correct, exactly. Once you are making the 1 to 5 timetable, so you block the teacher data in using time off, so that the other places they will be available, other periods. So the timetable generate on those periods. Okay, in that way you can do, sir. Sir, you're getting my point?
Yes,
we
sir.
Got it. We got it.
Understood.
Okay. Yeah. So to begin with, click on settings. Then you have something called timetables. So I have already, on the last training, I have done one file. I'll just remove the timetable. Can I add new one to replace? Okay. So it'll ask, before you can use the substitution software, you have to specify the timetable you are currently using at the school. So click OK. So set your date 2022. So I say March. So I give a file name test and select the timetable from the desktop where I have saved the timetable file. So it is Vista 2022. Click OK. So yes, we have provided timetable. So under timetables, you can see, yes, the timetable is added. So to add substitution, you have to go to the main section, and then say for Monday we are Saturday also for Monday we are making a substitution. So we can do substitution in the last moment, or pre-planned also, or for, you know, a teacher goes for a 1 month leave, or teacher goes for a maternity leave. So for that case also, you know, you can have a long planned substitution. That also is possible if in case you want to. So I click on absent, add absent. So here we should specify which teacher is absent. If it is one teacher, you just click on this arrow, their drop down appears. So I say some teachers absent, click OK. So this teacher handles 6th period, 7th period for class 10A, 10B mathematics. So to do the automatic generation, you have to click on tools, generate. So as of now, generate only empty. So you see, the software automatically substitutes whichever teacher is available, and you can print reports for that. Yes.
Okay, sir.
Okay. So this is automatic generation. But if you want to, you know, make a manual allocation, so certain cases how it will happen is, teacher Jyoti might not be a max teacher. Jyoti might be a PT teacher or a music teacher, right? So in this case, there are two ways of doing it. One way is you can block the teacher. So you can say that for substitution, regular teachers, that is main the subjects such as maths, physics, chemistry, those teachers only should you know, be replaced. So that case you can use, go to settings, teachers. So here you have all the teachers name. So you know, when I click on, there's a tick mark here. So when I click on the tick mark, it will become X, which means that these teachers will not be taken into account for substitution. Okay, this is one way of doing. Second way of doing is manual allocation. So I go to main, same way I add absent. Okay, I say this teacher is absent. So this teacher is handling 2 periods, 7th period and 8th period. So to do manual allocation, I just have to click on this row. Click on this row, 7th. So when I click on the row, you know, it will highlight in yellow. The free teachers will be highlighted in yellow for that particular period. So 7th period, you know, it's highlighting in yellow, which are all teachers are free. And green highlights that particular teacher's row. So I'm just clicking on teacher's row. That doesn't make a difference. And pink denotes that the teachers are occupied. Teachers are having a class at 7th period. And then white tells you that these teachers are free. The white colored boxes. That is what I'm mentioning. So, you know, it is advisable to give same teacher Madhu China a replacement for the 7th period instead of giving it to teacher Ramya, because teacher Ramya, you see, 6th period also she is having a class in 10B followed by 8th period in 10C. So when you're giving substitution, it is actually she also needs a break. So it is advisable to give to teacher Madhavi, Kanchi, Shomita, Madhu, Chandrasekhar. So these teachers are, you know, partly free. Likewise, teacher Nidhi, Madhavi, Chauhan, Sanjoy. So you know, you can allocate these teachers. How you allocate this? You just, you know, the intersection of these. I want to mark Nafis now, teacher Nafis. So I just mark the intersection of green and yellow. So it is here. Intersection of green, yellow. It's here, this box. So double click on the box. It will become red, and I just click on OK. So the teacher will be added for substitution. You get this? Yes, are you getting, sir?
Yeah, we got it.
Yes, sir.
So I'm just doing it again. I'm just clicking on the row of the substitution, I mean absent teacher. And so this is the 8th period. Whichever period you are substituting, that period will free teachers will be highlighted in yellow. Okay, and you can see other teachers allocation as well. So instead of manually going to your teacher's timetable summary and seeing which teacher is free, the software itself will show you which teacher is available. So you just need to modify, that is use the resources according to your requirement. So I say this Madhu China, I just replace this teacher with the intersection of the teacher's name and the 8th period. So I just double click on that. So I'll mark this attendance substitution.
Sir, this yellow resembles the
Yellow,
previous-
yellow resembles the free teachers of that respective period. So now we are talking about, you see here number 7 and 8. We are pointing out to this period. So now we are pointing out to 8, that row consisting of 8th period. So that 8th period only is highlighted with the free teachers in yellow. So whereas if I'll show you, certain teachers may not be available, which will be, see, these teachers Ramya and Sonal.
Yeah, right, got it.
So they are not highlighted in yellow because they are having a class at that particular point.
Got it.
Yes. And you can take printouts for this. And you can pass on to the notice board or to the, and you can take monthly, weekly reports also. Right?
Yeah.
I just want to point out something, timetables, madam, and print preview. So once this is done, this is timetable for each class. Okay, so for teachers, you just click on this select a report. There's a drop down here, timetable for each teacher. So when you click on next, you can have your teachers timetable as well. And there's something called summary of teachers. This is what very interesting. For the entire school, you can have the summary of teachers. So which teacher is in which class on which day at which period. Yes.
Okay, sir.
Yes. And if in case you want to filter certain teachers and filter certain days, maybe at some point of time you might require. So I won't say a set of teachers. There's a direct single option, sir, filter. So I say I want sorry, not class, I want teachers, I want certain teachers only, and not all days. I want say on Wednesday. So only on Wednesday, these 3 teachers data. Something like you want to, you're using your something like a SQL. You want only to see certain set of data. You want to give instruction to the software to view only this. So that is available. Right? So apart from this, you can also include your school logo. I'll just clear the filter. So you can use your school logo, under design. So you can print your logo, you can upload your school's logo. Something like you can add also some colors to your timetable if in case. Some colors. And just for interesting subjects, you have something called, so I take biology, I click on edit. We have pictorial representation instead of colors. If I click on change, pictures browse. So something like pictures. So you see, you can put something like flowers, So how this will act in the timetable is when I seeing the print preview, you can add for all the subjects as well. So for biology, it will be something like with flowers. Okay. So you see this, so see these flowers. So it's just students will think that okay, this period is biology. So without seeing the biology, seeing the flower, they will understand this is biology. Or seeing the computer picture, they'll understand it is a computer class. So something like this. You can also add pictures to your design. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Yes, sir. So any final queries before we can wind up? Sir, madam.
No queries as such, sir.
Okay, thank you. And I'm
Sir,
just
I
sharing
have
you
one.
my. Yes, sir. Please tell me.
Actually, we are thinking of like using only online one, this cloud-based one, so that
Okay.
all the four of us now here, we are here four teachers, right? So we
Okay.
all four together want to work on this. Whatever you taught till now is based on a desktop version, right? For us. So if we buy this license and everything, so that will work for only one computer, right?
Sir, actually, desktop version is a multi-user license, so it
Okay,
can
fine.
be used on multiple computers. Okay.
Okay.
And the
But
online part is that we have only one administrator login. So you can log in, I can log in, the other teacher can log in, madam can log in.
with same user and password, right?
Yes, yes, same user
Okay.
and password.
So that should be shared among all four of us.
Correct, correct. So only your not me, sir. I'm just telling you an example. So within yourself, you can share it
Yes.
because it is this web page is only for timetable creation.
Okay.
So there is no other purpose for that. So you can share it within your team.
Understood. Understood.
Yes,
Okay. Thank you.
welcome, sir. So I think we have already created a group. Yes. So you
Yeah.
can post your queries in the group. That is one thing.
Right. So
Yes.
once we start working, Naresh, any doubts, if we have, we will post it into the group so that you can help us or clarify our doubts.
Sure, man.
I think most of it is clear. Manual thing that we have to make the changes once the data is imported is
Correct.
where we have to work, and wherever we want to lock it or wherever we have the number of sections, I mean number of periods less, as you have shown, we will
Correct.
use those things, but most of it is clear. Let's start use. Once we do a hands-on is where I think we'll have doubts, more of doubts.
So and any technical queries you have, you please ask anytime.
Right.
So we do have some technical details also in PDF. So we can share those details also over as a link in WhatsApp. So you can just with pictorial representation. So you can have a look at it. So you can go through what's happening, and that you can replicate in your software preparation.
Right. Thank you so much.
So you will be also. Can you also share the recording of the session?
Yes, madam. Once the session is over, so that'll take about a day's time. We need to download it and upload it, and I'll make sure it is available in your group. Okay.
And by when will we get our license?
License, I've just processed it. We're expecting it shortly, man.
As early as possible, because we are planning to start a new session.
Yeah.
So just
So
waiting.
right now also you can download and start using.
We have already done that.
Okay.
So how again, as you mentioned, the data should all be blank before we import, but manually whatever we have done, we have downloaded the software, we have that Belga icon thing and all we have done. So once we